Hey, what's up, guys? This is Izix, and this week's topic is whether or not the T belongs in LGBT. Um, as far as the community goes, I will say that I have noticed that the T does not get the same recognition or respect that the rest of the LGBT community gets. Um, and the reason I say this is just because being in Houston, in Texas, which is a red state, which is horrible, but Houston, fortunately, seems to lean towards being more of a blue city uh, rather than a red. So, in our community here, it was really apparent during the whole restroom bill thing um, when the Republicans here were basically using a scare tactic to scare people into voting against uh, restroom rights for trans people. And what they were saying is that men would pose as women or pose as being trans to have access to others' children or to women to be able to sexually molest, rape, violate them. So when that was a big thing a few years back, during the whole hero ordinance that was going on here in Houston, it became real apparent how the rest of the community kind of used trans people. Um, there were other gays and lesbians and bisexual people on just social media um, on my timeline. And my timeline at the time, since I was a drag performer first, consisted of a lot of LGBT community. And just to see some of their views on that whole issue, they weren't trying to stand up for trans people or trying to understand that trans people aren't trying to go to the restroom to molest other people. They were more siding with that red side and falling into that belief system that we're going to the restroom and go try to prey on someone. And it's just crazy because it's people that are in your own community that feel this way about you. Like, they might smile in your face while you're out, they might talk to you and laugh with you, but at the end of the day, they still view you this way. So, to me, it just made me think, like, the T doesn't really belong with the LGBT community, even though trans people were the ones that pioneered, and excuse me, hold on. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I am at work. What I was saying is that trans people kind of pioneered the whole act into getting rights for the rest of the LGBT. Stonewall, all that. It was trans people and people of color that really pushed for these rights that we weren't getting at the time. So the fact that the community doesn't really give that recognition to the T and that respect to the T, it's kind of like disheartening, you know? So at the end of the day, like, just some of the stuff that I was seeing during the whole hero thing where like lesbians and gay men were saying, oh, the T's gonna molest my niece or my nephew, or if we have kids, they're gonna want to do this and that. Like, no, that would be going really out of your way to, even for sexual violators, sexual predators, to try to pose as a trans person just to have access to someone in the restroom. That would really, I feel like that would really be going out of their way to try to, like, look a certain part just to have access to someone, you know? I don't feel like they would be doing all that, because even if there were a sexual predator, wouldn't they just go in anyway? Why would they want to shave their face or pose as a female to do that? But I mean, for people to just really have those type of beliefs about trans people, especially people that they're friends with, at the end of the day, you know, it was just really sad, and I don't feel like the T should be a part of the community. Um, hold on. Okay, guys, sorry about the phone ringing again. Um, what I was trying to say about the T, I'm not trying to say that we're any better or any different than the rest of the community. It's just, I don't feel at the end of the day that we fall into the same category as lesbian, bisexual, gay, pansexual, because that's sexuality. And being trans isn't sexuality. At the end of the day, it's the way we identify. So it's not the same thing, and I feel that maybe we shouldn't be including ourselves in that anymore. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, guys, and we'll see you next week.